Well, we're back, and we have an opportunity now. This young man made his way onto a Rick and Bubba Best Of CD one year, and we've told you a lot about Syndicated Solutions, and syndicates our program nationally, handles all the national sales. If you ever want to do a national campaign with the show, they're the people you talk to. Bob Carey's the president. He is in town to actually watch a couple of things. The live show tomorrow, which he didn't forget about. And the We Ain't Never Been Nowhere tour stop tomorrow night. Right. You want to be sure you can see the boys. You want to see your product. You want to see it in action.
Yes, I do.
See what this show's all about. So you've made your way from the Big Apple to see us. Actually, of course, you actually live in Connecticut, like most New Yorkers.
Connecticut.
Yeah, if you can. The only people who don't live in Connecticut are the ones who can't. And so, but you work out of New York, and your son Nicholas Carey is here. Nicholas, good to see you again.
Good to see you,
Nicholas. How many years ago was it when you made your impact here on the show?
First trip to the South, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
He was 9.
Yeah, you were 9, and you first of all were a little shocked we didn't have overalls on. If I remember
was very
right.
shocked. I was very surprised. No, I'm kidding. Of course,
Yeah, right.
But not really.
Yeah, but
you wasn't then, but it was fun.
Right.
Because I do like overalls.
Right.
That's good.
A little hard to fit nowadays.
Right. And that you were studying the Civil War then, and what you, after leaving here, knew to call it from that day forward the War of Northern Aggression. And so
he just won a contest 2 weeks ago on the Civil War.
See there? You see what that trip did for you?
Yes, it did a lot. I learned a lot.
And now you like Bubba, and it may be that we all disappear and the two of you continue the show because he's as into technology and the space exploration as much as you, Bubba.
Because he's a great American. That's why. Really.
That's right. And his dad brought shame to him just yesterday. Because the event
don't go there.
The event tomorrow is being held at and correctly called the Von Braun Center, in Huntsville. And he asked Bob, if I'm not mistaken, Nicholas, you do know who this is named after, and your dad did not know.
He did not know, and it was quite a sad moment when driving on that highway. It was quite. I'm like, I cannot believe this. Of all the things I've told my dad about science, that one thing I left out because I thought you'd know.
Yeah,
I mean, he was.
I know.
You thought to yourself, "There's no need to cover this because it's so obvious."
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty much how he said it.
Who don't know that?
Yeah, I mean that's obvious.
Come on, man.
5th grade material.
Now, what's happening now? Well, because your dad reports to us about the life in Connecticut. Because we know that it'll attempt like a hemorrhoid to come down here. Right. You know what I mean? and so we look ahead to what's going on with this project you have concerning the research.
So I'm doing a project with a bunch of my friends after our club got denied.
So your club was
let's go back to that.
Okay,
so
let's start from the beginning.
We'll start there. We can even do a different. So don't rush it.
Perfect. So basically, we were going to be doing a weather balloon project. So we're going to go into space, right? And we applied for a club and everything, and it got denied. It got shut down because we already have too many science clubs. Now I don't know if
your high school said with no club.
Yeah. The high school said you had too many science clubs.
And I don't want to offend my school.
All we hear is we need more math and science. But anyway, I won't go into that.
I don't know if they can really count per se because there's only two science clubs in my school, so that's it. So obviously, I guess it's too many exactly.
Well, but they say 2 is too many science clubs.
Good gracious.
No weather research.
But nothing in his area that they were trying to do.
The future is doomed.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So he's shot down.
So, we were shut down, but I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm still going to do it. So we meet now every Thursday during the school year. We meet in the library with about 18 kids, and we launched our first weather balloon in April. Now, the whole goal of these weather balloons, there's 4 of them we're going to launch, is to look for life in the upper atmosphere because there's been several studies that have shown that actually life can exist up there, even though it's extreme conditions, it's insane. We could never exist up there, but there are small microscopic pores that can actually exist up.
But this day for you must be unbelievable.
Just let him go. Let him roll.
Okay.
Roll on, brother.
Roll on. All right.
I feel like I'm in class.
So you want to study that?
Yeah, because there's been a lot of talk where when life forms, if it were to travel, it could actually go up because it goes up volcanic eruptions, up to the jet stream, hurricanes. It gets picked up, life on the ground. It gets picked up and it gets thrown, like the jet stream, for instance. It gets thrown 500 miles away and it lands and it grows. So there's been a big theory that that's been able to spread life throughout the entire world. And so that's something we want to
An
research.
escape plan, like Bubba's always talked about.
Yes, yes. But so we want to research it because it's not really a big topic, and if life can exist up there, that can widen our spectrum to look for life elsewhere. If life does exist elsewhere, because it's so extreme up there, so we can.
I got to
find
ask you
life
how
in
old
others.
you are again. How old are you?
I'm 16.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
God. Oh my God.
Reminds me a lot of myself when I was 16.
Yeah, right, Greg.
But Rick,
I think a better
ask him what
question
club
is
they funded instead.
let me ask you
Yeah,
this.
I was wondering what some of the other clubs
club
were.
did they
Rick, I
fund
think a
instead?
better question is he Bob's child?
I know.
mean, we need to be
that's a
clear of that.
legitimate question.
He's Mary's child.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Dude. Well, I mean, maybe he was left on the doorstep, and you just.
He might not.
Right,
He might have come from the mesosphere.
Let me ask you this, Nicholas: what clubs got funding from the school
That you did.
That you
So
did?
one club that got funding, was able to meet, was the Young Democrats Club.
Oh my gosh!
It's Connecticut.
Of course.
Oh my gosh!
How
Yeah.
can we be funding a political
So-
group on school campus? I thought that was illegal.
Once again, Bubba, the world's not being protected from Young Democrats. It's being protected from research if we can live in certain parts of the atmosphere.
Well, just high atmospheric, exploration.
Golly, I wish I was
The edge of space, if
And
you
for
will, Rick.
insurance
EOS.
purposes, he hasn't. They meet in school, but they're not. They can't meet in classrooms because there's not an advisor.
but the
so-
Young Democrats can.
They can, correct. Yeah.
Good
So-
gracious.
but I love the fact that, you know what, it's the attitude where he said, hey, this is something I'm passionate about. And I think we love that with all of our kids.
Yeah.
He then said, all right, I'm going to go do it anyway. And he now has 18 to 20 kids. They've launched this weather balloon. That was an experience, and I would tell you,
No, please.
it landed in a restricted watershed.
Yeah. So it was a federal watershed that it landed in about half a mile into the woods. And it was
Try to
in a
retrieve that, Bubba.
60-foot tree, right? 60-foot tree. So we're like, okay, how are we going to get this down, right? I mean, it's up in the tree. We want to
Don't
get
ask
it
the
down.
Young Democrats.
Did you but you did find it where it came down.
We did
track
find it. So we had to.
This is the launch you're seeing.
Oh, I love it. It's a great video.
I
I
can
mean, the
say- yeah.
quality's excellent.
There it is. It was great.
That's where you need a good bow hunter to get it down for you.
We actually used a bow and arrow.
Didn't work, though.
With our we so there were two things we were going to do, and I can say it's now legally because the time's passed. But the one thing we were able to do, we shot an arrow and we tried to scale the tree, right? Some guy climbed the tree, but he had like a handsaw. He couldn't cut the limb.
Oh my!
So what we had to do then, we had to cut the tree down.
Oh my gosh!
Mm-hmm.
Bubba, he's not supposed to be saying that.
No, I can now.
You mean
according
the
to-
rotten tree that fell on its own?
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
you mean.
exactly. Yeah,
The
that-
rotten tree that was blown
Darn-
pushed it a
down.
little bit.
Darn
and it kinda went
beetles.
down.
Right.
I hope there
yeah.
wasn't a Cooper Hawk in it. You're in trouble.
Easy.
There's a 2-for-1.
This is a 70, 80-foot tree that I'm watching. I'm standing in the woods because I drove a lot of the
Picture
kids.
it.
Yeah. And this kid's scaling it. I'm thinking, oh, this
The
is
wind's
not good.
going like
There's signs that said trespassers will be
Prosecuted and
prosecuted, and then all
Well,
of a
it's
sudden,
good you didn't get in that area, Bob.
That's right. It's a good thing you didn't.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Thankful for the wind blowing it down.
exactly.
See, we bow
Probably
hunt,
because of
we
global
bow
warming.
hunt for fish, and you can hit it with an arrow and then crank it in. But anyway,
So he's got 4 or 5 more launches they have planned. They're starting a Kickstarter campaign.
Yes, we are.
and they're going to do some fundraising because the school didn't fund it. So they're going to
Young Democrats, tax dollars, no problem.
no problem.
No, so we have to do it on our own now.
Your science club out.
Yep.
So you have to do your own Kickstarter.
On Kickstarter. It'll be up in about mid-July.
So really, you'll start a Kickstarter program and fund yourself.
Yes, we are.
Well, that's probably
you go.
you don't want the government involved anyway. They'll just mess it up.
Dr. Von Brown would be happy.
Yes, he would. We'll be right back. Stay close.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.